Red Wings fans, stand up. Yeah, we gonna throw them wings up, wings up, wings up. Show the league that this is our time. Let's make the city proud. We gon' win the Stanley Cup, Stanley Cup, Stanley Cup. After that we gonna party. We gon' show everybody. We show them all around the world. We show them all around the world. We show them all around the world. We gon' throw them wings up. We gon' throw them wings up.
How do you build up accuracy or strength on a shot? I mean, did you hit the weight room, or is it just repetition?
It's a little bit of both, but at the end of the day, it's reps. You got to be able to feel comfortable doing it, comfortable hitting your spots, and comfortable how you're shooting the puck in all situations. So, reps is, I think, one of the most important things.
I'm going to ask you this, even though you're so far removed from it, but this has been a house of horror for the Red Wings, this Bell Center, and against this team, losing 9 straight. I know as a player you probably can't dwell on it, but how do you change something like that when a team seems to have your number?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know that. So, and you wouldn't know that by walking in this room. So I think, it's the first thing is a mindset. If you go into the game thinking you're going to win, then you're already on the right track.
Do you do much scouting on your opposition? Do you know much about the Canadians? Do you know what they're going to bring? It's the home opener. You're facing Carey Price in net.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the coaching staff does a really good job of putting together video for us and breaking down their systems of their tendencies and what they like to do. So I think going into the game, we have a mindset of what each player's like and how we can exploit them.
Do you find now that your shot is, you've improved on it, that you're going to shoot more, or do you still look for that pass first?
It's hard to say. I think I'm going to play the way I play and the reason why I got here, but at the same time, looking to shoot and continue to time myself to shoot is a big part of my game to open up passing opportunities as well.
There Stevie Y effect in on the team now since he's the boss.
I guess. I mean, yeah, he's around, having him around. He's given us players a lot of behind the scenes, everything we need as players to perform, and there's no excuses. So, he's having his presence definitely. You feel it, he's around, but for us, when we're playing in the game, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about the strategy and the matchup, and we believe in our group in here, and we believe we have a chance to be a great team this year.
What could make the difference for this team this year?
I think we play great defensively. We score big goals. I think you look at our 2 wins, we've gotten big goals at the right time and been good on the power play, and our goaltending's been great, and our team defense is really what it comes down to for us.
What's it going to take to change your fortunes in this building and against this team?
We're going to have to play a good defensive game. We're not going to think about, scoring a lot. These guys like to score. They're pretty potent offensive team. So we're going to have to battle. We're going to have to get great goaltending, and I believe we will. And the start here, these guys start fast. It seems like they score pretty quick at home. So we're going to have a good start here on the road.
What did you enjoy the most about the Lions so far this season?
Well, I think all 3 of us bring a different dynamic. I like how the first night I think Tyler Bertuzzi was great, and then the second night Mo was good, and the third night we weren't as good as a team, but we still generated, and I think different guys are carrying us at different times.
Another game on the schedule. How do you take it these days?
No, it's always fun. Families, friends. I went to dinner with sisters last night and a friend of mine, so I can't complain. It's always good times.
And then being on the ice still lift your level a little bit, being home in front of them as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I got 40, 50 people coming down to see me tonight, so try and make them proud.
Dylan was saying as far as rubbing out some of those memories from last season, it's important to get off to a good start here tonight. How key will that be in the overall success here?
It's huge. I mean, obviously it's opening night for them tonight, so the crowd's going to be going off the start, and for us, we just want to shut it down a little bit, have a great start, have momentum on our side, and like I said, their fans are just going to be so loud. So
you spend a lot of time here in the summer, skills coach, power skating. What exactly do you do when you're here and working? What were you working on?
Well, it's pretty much the same thing around the league, right? It's skills, then skating, agility, turning, a couple one-timers, obviously, in the summers. And I mean, it's just pretty much the same thing for every single player out there. It's the new hockey, and that's how it goes.
Anthony, what do the Wings have to do to turn it around against this club? It's just not dates back to last year. It's just been, you know, kind of a real horror show in here lately for you fellas.
Yeah, we need a strong start. I mean, it's easy to say, but that's the key. Once we get to a strong start, it's easier to keep going after that and play that full 60 minutes. It's hard to come back against them if you take a 1-2-0 lead. Like if they get the lead, sorry, and I don't know. That's
I mean, is this like when you look at it? Do you know? I mean, you're human beings. You say, "Oh my gosh, you know, here we go back to Montreal again." I mean, how aware are you that they've had such a dominant record against you guys?
To be honest, we try not to think about it too much. We know they do, but we want to have the game that's going to give us the win. That's all that matters.
And when you play the night before, and you go to have a team that's rested, do you feel the energy, at least the first period, coming that you have to be where Montreal played last night? Do you find it when you play back-to-back and the other team didn't? Do you have better first period?
I don't know. That's a good question. I never really noticed it, but obviously starting a back-to-back is always hard. You don't get the good sleep as if you're not playing the night before. Like some guys can't fall asleep till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So obviously they'll have a slower start, I think. And I mean, without saying it's our advantage, it kind of is for the team that didn't play the night before.
Why has your team had so much trouble winning in this building over the last couple of seasons from your perspective?
We haven't played good enough. We've got to play better hockey. I mean, it's not anything to do with the building or you know, we haven't had success against Montreal probably, period, so that's frustrating. But frustration does nothing. We got to play better hockey. So, you know, we got a chance. I think every night in this league, you got to come out. You got to play your best hockey to give yourself a chance to win. We got to come out tonight and play our best hockey. They're a very well coached team. They've got a lot of good players. They play real hard at the net. We got to have to do a better job. And obviously, they've got a great goalie, so we're gonna have to do a better job than we've had.
Jeff, are you playing Evgeny tonight, or?
All lineup decisions will be, I guess, not determined, but you'll find out tonight when we play.
With him, I mean, you often do not call up a prospect like that if he's just going to be around for a game or two. What made you decide that this would be a good experience for him?
Well, Evgeny's a little different than other guys because he's been around for a number of years, and he's also been through the roller coaster a little bit. So, you know, I think two reasons why we called him up. One, he isn't a guy that hasn't been through that. We think mentally he can handle coming up potentially and not playing like he did the other night, and he'll be totally fine. It's not going to affect his development. Two, right now we think he's based on his play at the end of the year, at the end of the exhibition season and his play in this first exhibition game, he deserved the call up.
What did you like about the exhibition?
I didn't know what to think. He'd been out a whole year, you know, so I didn't know what to think. I think what he's done is he's shown he's got a really good skill set he's a big, strong body who can really zip a puck, you know, so he's done a good job with that. I didn't know what to think being off a whole year. I watched him endure lots of pain in his trying to get back to readiness, and he's a great person who works extremely hard, so I'm real happy for him that it feels a little more normal for him now. So we'll see.
Do you believe Anthony Mantha is ready to be an impact player in the NHL?
Well, he gets a chance to prove it every night, you know, and I think do I think he's ready? I do think he's ready, but I think he's ready mentally. I think his physical maturity is at a point to where he's ready to do that. He's put on lots of good muscle over the last number of years. He's a big man now who skates really well, has a great shot and real good hands and can make a pass. I mean, he's got all the tools to be real successful. So I do think, and I also think mentally he's been through ups and downs, and I think he's been through some tough times. And I think when I said this before, like if you can stay and keep your head above water and go through those tough times, you're just better off. You're a better, more prepared player and person after. And I think he's done that. So but he gets a chance to. It doesn't matter what I think. He gets a chance to prove it every night. It's an every night league, and he'll get another chance to prove it tonight.
Coach, is there a Iserman effect around you on your day-to-day?
Do we get to have him as a player?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm real lucky in the role I've been in here in 5 years. I had a chance to work for one of the most respected hockey guys in Ken Holland, who's going to be a Hall of Famer as a GM, and now I get a chance to work for one of the more respected guys in hockey, and Steve Eisman, who is a Hall of Famer, and is extremely respected, as I said. So, you know, I think I'm just real lucky. I think we've got great leadership. We have had great leadership, and I think it will continue. So I think anytime somebody new comes in, you guys have probably had new bosses come in. You got to make sure you prove yourself to the new boss. I'm sure our guys are doing that. Who?
To prove yourself.
Well, I think every person, coaches, players, everybody is, but that's every day in this business. Like, I think you better, if you sit on your laurels at all, you're gone, and I think you got to prove yourself every day.
What do you enjoy the most about the way Anthony Mantha's game evolved early on, and particularly his line mates also? They seem to be bonding very well so far.
Well, one, I think for sure what I've enjoyed the most is his skating. And when he skates, he's an elite player. And so he skated hard on the forecheck. He skated hard on the track. He skated with the puck. When he does those things, to me, that's his fire starter skill. When he does those, the rest comes with it. And so he's done a great job of skating. I think with the confidence of scoring, he's shot the puck more. And, you know, that's something. And, you know, one thing we've talked lots about is the willingness to shoot one-timers, even if they're not right in your wheelhouse, making your wheelhouse a little bit bigger like all the best scorers do. And he's done a good job of that. I think the line is carrying forward what they did at the end of last year. You know, I think the last 8 games or so, they were 3 of the leading scorers in the league. It's a really good combination. Dylan's constantly probably the engine of the line. He's going all the time. Bert's a hard player, but can play with skilled players because he's got that mind and hands and skill set. And Anthony is that great skill package we talked about, so it's been a real good line.
How much do we underestimate the role of Bertuzzi on that line?
Oh, well, if you don't know him well, you underestimate him for sure. He's not the prettiest player ever, but he's got great hockey sense, both offensively and defensively. He's got a great stick to create turnovers, both offensively and defensively. He goes to the net and is very good around the net, but he also has, like I said, the skill level to be able to play with that level of player. And I think those guys are extremely important on any line, and he's extremely important on that line.